I send greetings to all from Kingston, Jamaica. It is with deep regret that my wife and I are unable to attend the services today for a lady that we have grown to admire and respect very much. Bonnie Harris showed great courage in the face of illness and disease, and this accident that was totally unexpected by us was certainly known by God. For he hath appointed unto men once to die, and after that the judgment. And although she courageously battled against her disease, God saw fit that it was time to take her. I do not understand this, and neither do any of you, but we know that God knows what's best and does what's best for his children. And by we will understand it. When I think of Bonnie Harris, I think of David, who while a shepherd boy faced a lion and a bear, that which could destroy his sheep. But instead of being discouraged, he used that as building blocks for his faith. And so in his trial and his hardship, rather than dwelling on the battles that he faced, he dwelled upon the victory that he won. It's like Joshua and Caleb, who were among the 12 spies that went into Canaan's land. 10 of those spies only saw problems. All they saw were the giants, the great walled cities, and the masses of people that they would have to fight against to claim the promises of God. But Joshua and Caleb went on the same trip, saw the same giants, they saw the same walled cities, and saw the same number of people. Yet in their journey, they picked up more than the facts of what they saw, but they picked up faith in God who had promised them. And so they believed the report of the Lord. And therefore, out of all of that generation, only Joshua and Caleb were able to enter into the promised land. Bonnie, although she faced great obstacles and sickness and disease, and no doubt had every reason to be discouraged, yet in her trouble, she found faith. Faith enough to come to church when others would not. It was one night on May 6th of this year that we had a stormy night here in Oklahoma City. In fact, that's the night our church flooded. We had a missionary with us that night, Brother Dominguez. That service had to be shut down while it was in progress because of a threat of a tornado. There were very few people that actually made it to service that night, but one of those was Bonnie Harris, who drove over 20 miles with her oxygen tank to come to service that night. Never forget, as we ushered people into the prayer rooms because of the threat of the tornado, Bonnie sat on a prayer bench back in the prayer room with others. The battery on her oxygen tank was running low, and we could find no way to charge it. Prayer was made of Bonnie, and Bonnie's incredible faith showed even in a very scary moment for her, with a storm coming and her oxygen running low. But we thank God for her faithfulness, that as long as she could, she held a job. But even when she could no longer held a job, she kept working for the Lord. For every week she went to a correctional facility to share the gospel with prison inmates. In fact, the very last text message that I ever received from Bonnie Harris was a text message that she had been witnessing to a nurse who was giving her care, and she requested prayer for her nurse. We will truly miss Bonnie. She was a vital part of this church family. And I know that Dennis and Clayton and Chris will miss her as well from an earthly perspective. But we, from a Kingdom of God perspective, she was a part of the Southern Oaks United Pentecostal Church. Showed us great faith clear up to the end. But Bonnie has not been defeated, because 1 Corinthians chapter 15 says this about Bonnie Harris. "O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Bonnie has victory today because she had faith. In spite of her circumstance, her testimony lives on. All those that she shared the gospel with, and all of those that she testified to, even in the hospital, will not soon forget the wonderful spirit of a woman who was near death's door. Bonnie, we miss you. We grieve with the church family today. And thank you for understanding. For when I talked to Dennis, Bonnie's husband, he said what Bonnie would want you to do now is the work of the Lord. So by Bonnie's own wishes, I'm in Kingston, Jamaica today to preach the last day of a conference. But I'm doing the work of God today in honor of Bonnie. Thank you. We love you very much, and our prayers are with you this day.